rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one chief Rocket Knicks Universal main man, Uncle Freezie, and welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Nighttime joint. Salute, salute. What's good to the chat? Thank you, everybody watching on YouTube. Thank you for everybody watching on X. Thank y'all for being here. Man, appreciate y'all for being here, man. Kind of got some thoughts that I wrote down. Just want to go over it a little bit. Just real quick. Just a thought and observation. Just a thought and observation, right? Has the Garden become a place that's welcoming of stars? I asked that because in previous years, there's been a sense that playing in Madison Square Garden as a player, as a Knick, at times could be difficult as a Knicks player because of the unreasonable expectations set forth by the Knicks fan base because of the long championship drought that the Knicks have been in. Is the Garden a tough place to play? Was it a tough place to play? Is it a tough place to play now? I want to ask you guys about that. Let me salute the chat first. Corey Lee in the place to be. Thank you for the generous contribution. Corey Lee says, peace, salute Queens in the building. Queens get the money. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. Benjamin B is in the building. Salute. Who else I see in here? Dripmore is in the building. Salute, salute. Yeah, man. Corey Lee's like, yo, remember the goal is 50K. Man, remember the goal is 50K. I hope I hadn't upset the YouTube folks, you know what I'm saying, and got them thinking like, you know what I'm saying, they putting me in baby jail, putting us in baby jail again, right? Salute to them. Hey, Prezi is in the building. Prezi the boss is in the building. What blood clot, man? Yo, that's my impression of my uncle, right? That's my I got an uncle, bro. Sound just like that. Bro. He corporate and he Caribbean at the same time, like Caribbean and corporate at the same time. Salute, y'all. Is the Garden a tough place to play? How is Mike Brown going to adjust to Madison Square Garden? How are our Knicks players going to adjust to playing now being the hunted instead of the hunter? Is that a role that we should embrace? Are the Knicks now the hunted instead of 50 plus years being the hunter? I want to talk about that with y'all a little bit. Also going to talk a little bit about Landry Shamet, things of that sort, man. So, hey, Yuri, what's good, man? Oh, Yuri muted. Yuri must have took a break. Yeah, man. Oh, there you go. Hey, Yuri, what's good, man?
Oh, what's good, brother? Freezie,
Hey.
everyone. How's everyone in the chat doing tonight?
Yeah, man. Madison Square Garden, is it a tough place to play? Have we as fans warm up and being more accepting of superstars? Are superstars now really ready to come to the Garden and help the Knicks win a championship? Will Mike Brown feel the pressure of Madison Square Garden? Will that affect the way that he coaches? What's your thoughts on it?
My thoughts. Let's start off with the first point. Madison Square Garden, it's the Mecca of basketball. Everyone loves to play in the Mecca. They want to show off for the fans, whether if it's the opposing team, whether if it's the Knicks, don't matter. Everyone loves playing in the Garden. I definitely do believe the Knicks are definitely having the pressure cooker in the Garden. I think there's more pressure to play in the Garden more than ever. And I think you're going to see a lot of sold-out games this year as the season goes on because everyone wants to see the Knicks now. The Knicks are not a punchline anymore. They're not a laughingstock anymore. They're literally the hottest thing in New York. Fritzy, I walked around the Bronx today. I have my Knicks shirt on, right? Of my Deuce McBride, people who buy from the book of back pages. Everyone's saying, yo, you ready for the Knicks next season? You ready for the Knicks? You ready for the Knicks? Like the hype around New York is gravitating.
Yeah.
And I would like to say the Knicks are definitely the hunted here for plenty of reasons. They're the hunted because, imagine this. You were the underdogs your whole life. The whole life, past decade, we were a laughingstock. Then we hit 2020. Leon Rose comes in, changes the culture along with Tom Thibodeau. We always had that underdog mentality. Now, the East is sifted. Tyrese Halliburton is out. My prayers go to him. I hope his injury, heals up so we can finally face him and get back in the playoffs. It's number one. Prayers out to Tatum as well. I want him to be fully healthy because we can get back and actually prove that we beat Boston. The Knicks are definitely the hunted for that reason. Many teams feel like the Knicks got lucky because of last year. But I've talked to many people. Knicks didn't get lucky. They were beating Boston in that game 4, but even when Tatum was before injured. But they're going to have points to be proven to be made, and they are the hunted. Mike Brown's going to have to handle the Garden with a lot of confidence. You can't let the beast devour you. You got to devour the Garden. You have to embrace the Garden with the expectations that come along with it. The players are going to have to do the same. We all know that these players were bought and raised by Tom Thibodeau. I'm going to use the family analogy here because that's what they are. The Knicks are still reeling that Tom Thibodeau's off the team. Some people think the Knicks are happy he's off the team. Some people don't. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be interesting to see how the team is with Mike Brown. The team's going to go through its ups and downs. The team's going to have a lot of highs, a lot of lows this season. But the way I view it is Mike Brown's going to have to learn when to step in and when not to step in. That's my take.
Okay. I understand how you feel there. As a fan, we have dual and competing sensibilities about where we are and how we got here. Because where we are is a very good NBA team. We're a top 5 NBA team. Where we want to be is number 1 after the season.
Right.
Why we feel that way is because we hadn't finished number 1 after the season is over since the Richard Nixon Vietnam era. Right.
I wasn't around. I wasn't even born.
Right. And yeah, and so it's one of them deals where we're in a good place, we have a good team, we have expectations, we have assets, the fan base is rabid, and now rabid in a good direction. Rabid in a good direction. And so now, everything all the momentum is pointing to the Knicks winning a championship. Right? Like, are the Knicks going to be the betting favorite? Y'all already know how the world outside of New York City feels about the Knicks. If they can kick us, they'll do that. Yeah, we know that, right? If you're not used to that, then get used to it. Right? I'm in a mindset though.
What's your mindset?
That I'm gonna tell you. I'm in a mindset that all the steps and failures over the years have led to this point where we are. Right? Every step of failure that we felt, right? Every bit of failure that Knicks fans have felt over the years is actually a step up of past dramas. You go from not making the playoffs, being a laughingstock, winning 17 games, you wind up with RJ Barrett, to making the playoffs for the first time and looking like you can contend, but you lose. But you made it, but you lost.
Right.
Right. Then you beat Cleveland in the first round of the playoffs with the guy that a lot of us wanted in Donovan Mitchell. Right.
I was Donovan Mitchell.
Hold on, Yuri. Hold on. Let me finish.
All right.
I thought, when you were talking, I didn't say a word, bro.
My bad. I got
you're just relax, bro. We good. Right. So we beat Cleveland in the second round with the guy that a lot of us wanted. Right. But then we lose to Miami in a series like a lot of us felt like we should have won. Right. But the thing about losing to Miami in the second round is we actually advanced to the second round. Right. And at times we didn't look competitive, but whatever. The next year, we play Indiana. Right? We look competitive throughout. Injuries catch up to us.
Yep.
We lose in that second round. And the thing about that is, even though we lost in that second round, the feelings, the sensibilities were that we probably should have won that series, and we would have won that series if we were healthy. Right? The next year, right, we see Indiana again, but hey, you know what happens? We're in the Eastern Conference Finals, and we lose to an Indiana team that had been to the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years in a row. And if you go based on how many times they made the Eastern Conference Finals this century, the Indiana Pacers have made the NBA Eastern Conference Finals 6 times this century. They've been in the Eastern Conference Finals 6 times this century. The Knicks have been 1 time, and that's the one time you saw where we lost to Indiana. Now, with that said, when we lost in the Eastern Conference Finals, the Knicks fans, organization, and fan base felt like we could have been in the NBA Finals, right? And so, basically, what I'm getting at is every stumble along the way led to a big growth step that we take the next season. So you don't make the playoffs, right? Then you make the playoffs and lose first round. Then the COVID year, we don't count that. We don't count the COVID year. But then when basketball starts back for real, right, when people are actually in the arenas, the Knicks beat Cleveland first round, make the second round against Miami and lose. The next year, they lose to Indiana. The next year, we lose to Indiana in the Eastern Conference Finals. So every step of the way that we felt failure, the next year, we felt success and built off that failure. So right now, the Knicks are in a situation where you look at you. So you lost to Indiana. So what? That wasn't a terrible thing. It was a terrible feeling in that moment. But that team knew what it felt like. That team had been in them situations before. The Knicks had not. So they use their veteran experience of those things, and they beat us. They beat us. There's no harm in losing to a team that's been to the Eastern Conference Finals 6 times in 25 years. There's no shame in that, because the Knicks hadn't been, right? You can't talk about what you don't know. You can't take people where you've never been, right? The Knicks hadn't had experience in the Eastern Conference Finals. They lost. So what? Now, this season, how do you build on that?
You build
on that by Yuri.
Sorry.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna put Yuri. Hey, just hold on for a second. So I'm gonna just hold Yuri just back here, so so I can kind of get this thought out just real quick, everybody. So the thing about it is how do you build on what happened last season? How you build on it is by being competitive in the Eastern Conference Finals again. Hopefully that gets you to the NBA Finals, and then we'll see what happens. Right? Right? That's our expectation. Anything less than that, like a step backwards, is going to be like a gut punch, right? Like a gut punch, right? So, with that said, Mike Brown coming in the spot. Mike Brown coming into the spot. We're like, hey, Mike Brown, anything outside of what we learned from, is not going to be acceptable, right? That was my thought, man. I just need to get all of that out because there's a lot of stuff to say.
No, you're good. Now, again, I'm sorry for cutting you off. That was completely my fault because I had a thought too, and I was like, you know what? That was completely my fault.
You rocking with the number one chief rocker, baby. you rocking with the best. So it's like one of them things. We'll give you. I mean, we got plenty of time. So.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, no, I definitely get what you're saying on the Pacers. Since 2000s, E. Gibson brought it up. We're like 0-4 against the Pacers. They've been like that thorn that we can't cut off or get rid of. Remember this year, Game 1, we were like a team that was going to the finals for 45 minutes. We just didn't play 3 minutes of that basketball. We didn't, and that felt devastating to watch. You know what I mean? That was like, I see that as a patching of a torch for. As much as I hate to admit, because I wasn't born in a Reggie Miller era. I've had plenty of Knicks fans tell me, you're going to get your Reggie Miller era soon. You're not going to see it coming, though. You're going to get it eventually. And boom, I saw the Reggie Miller moment happen. But at the same time, though, I felt like we're going to be better this year than we were last year. I feel like we're going to have more communication on the defensive end. We're going to be more communication on the offensive end. And I feel like we're going to develop good habits from the beginning of the series. From the beginning of the season all the way to the end of the season. When everything is going wrong, your good habits are the things you can fall back on. If you have bad habits, they're going to destroy you in the playoffs. We've seen it happen to Cleveland. We've seen it happen to Milwaukee. We've seen it happen to all these teams in the playoffs that fall off in the first round, second round, because they don't have good habits to fall back on. That's why I'm excited for Mike Brown. Mike Brown is going to install those good habits. And that's my thought on it.
Right. Also, one of the points that you made is an excellent point. When you have a great team, a stable organization, I think the Knicks are a championship organization now. I can't say that we were 2 years ago or 4 years ago, but right now in this moment, I feel like the Knicks are a championship organization. And so when you walk around the city and you feel that buzz, that's very energizing to a championship level team that feels like they're going to get the support of the city. Like when you're like in these moments when these teams are in these ballroom brawls with teams, say it's 88-88 at the start of the fourth quarter against a team that has a red hot scorer, and all your energy is zapped, and then you hear that crowd cheering and rooting you on, and it's deafening in there where you can't even hear the basketball hit the floor. You know what I'm saying? That energy that we give to the players is something that can energize them and reach that second or third wind that kicks in the gear that turns them into a championship team, right? So the thing that you mentioned, I think, is poetic in that you can feel it in the city. The city is a buzz, right? With the positive championship energy, and we can't say that we felt like that in a long time.
100%. We haven't felt like that in a long time. I'm speaking to people in the gar. I'm speaking to people in Manhattan when I used to go work. You know, when I was on my internship, they used to say, "Yo, you ready for the Knicks? You ready for the Knicks?" Like, there's a buzz in New York that's just not going away. It's not about the New York Mets. It's not about the New York Yankees. You know, even though those teams are, going down the dumps right now, and even though they won, it's all about the Knicks. I've never seen a phenomenon like it. Like, even non-basketball fans are saying the Knicks are the talk of a town, and the season hasn't started yet.
Right.
And if you're a New Yorker, that's huge, because you've waited for days like this where the Knicks were the talk of the town. You brought up the Knicks back in 2015, 2016, or the dark ages, you were a laughingstock. You didn't even watch the Knicks. So if you did, you were a loyal fan who just wanted to see their team somehow win a game. Like, for God's sakes, when I was watching the Knicks after the Mike Woodson firing, it was bad basketball. It wasn't even bad. It was horrible. Derek Fisher coaching the Knicks. Derek Fisher scandals. Jeff Hornacek. Kurt Rambis, with his Asian Twitter controversy. For God's sakes. There was a lot of dark moments in the Knicks franchise that we thought could just never end. Now, I'm not saying Mike Brown's going to be good, but he's got a lot of hype around going into the Knicks organization right now. And the Knicks organization feels like he can get the job done. So
the Knicks have a smart organization. Leon wrote the organization from top to bottom is very smart, and just building off what you were saying, I think just building on smart moves and positive energy is what's going to get the Knicks to a championship.
Another thing I would like to add too is that we signed Landry Shamet today on a non-guaranteed deal as well.
Yep.
We signed Garrison. We signed Garrison Wells to a training camp deal.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Just this topic that we're on here though about the guard pressure cooker. Like I feel like it's only gonna be a pressure cooker if they underachieve. Like the Landry Shamet stuff, man. We're definitely gonna get to that. The Garrison Matthews thing, we already know it's a certain type. It's a training camp thing. So, but in terms of the pressure cooker topic, I feel like it's only gonna be pressure if we lazily underperform. Like if we underperform with the max effort, I think the people in the garden will be more forgiving. But if we underachieve and it looks bad while underachieving, then I think the garden will become a pressure cooker. What do you think?
I agree with you on that one. I think if the Knicks do want to achieve this season, whether it's in a regular season or whether it's in the playoffs, you want to talk about being a pressure cooker? That garden's going to be a pressure cooker like nobody else. You'll probably hear boos in the beginning of the season. Type of pressure. Like, if you don't perform, you will get booed out there. And I remember a certain NBA player used to talk about playing in the Garden, but this was back in like 2010, 2011. And he talked about it on his pod, Gallinari. Gallinari talked about what it was like playing in the Garden.
Right.
I remember that conversation that he had on a pod. He talked about what it was like. There was a lot of pressure wearing that jersey.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure wearing that jersey.
Yeah.
So the way I look at it, like, if the Knicks overachieve and they get the job done, that's basically going to be the Garden will fully embrace you. Like we fully embraced Cat in the playoffs and in the regular season, regardless of how Cat did. Cat came in here with expectations. He proved us wrong, and now we embrace Cat as a Knick. Does he give up on defense sometimes? Yes. Does he still commit fouls? Yes. But when Cat got traded to the Knicks, the impact was there. And Cat made the Garden respect him.
Right. Right.
Anyway, I'm going to head off here. I have to get off early because I got to sleep
Hey,
early.
thank you. Hey, thank you for coming through, man. Appreciate you being here, bro. Cash Rule.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's good, bro?
Yeah, another day, breathing, healthy. Hey, just taking
Keeping
one day
our
at a
head
time, man.
above
That's all you can do.
water. And
One,
away if you can.
Yep.
Temporary layoff.
That's it. One day at a time, man. One day at a time.
Yo, salute to Yuri, man. Yuri had a lot to say, bro. Yuri just came. It was rapid fire, bro.
No, I understand, man.
Yuri had like 5 things he wanted to just get over. He's like,
that's how it is, man. I feel them, man. Sometimes it's like that, man. When something is on your mind or in your heart, you gotta, you gotta boom, boom, boom. That's it.
Yeah, man. But in the confines of a show, though, bro, you gotta stay your ass on topic, or you just not jumping, or you just not coming up here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because
that's
the
true.
show already got a host. They got the best host in the game, the #1 chief rocker. You know what I'm saying?
You doing your thing, man. So I just wanted to reach out. Shamit, that's a good thing. Garrison Matthews, provide a little competition.
Yeah.
So it's the last of the ancillary pieces on the chessboard is it's all starting to come together, man. This is it. We getting ready to get the show on the road, man. Getting the show on the road. Training camp's coming up, so it's as they say, the sugar honey iced tea is about to get real, man.
Yeah.
It's about to get real. So but it's all good, man, because we know what the goal is, man.
Right.
And I think it's gonna happen, man. I think the stars are aligning, man. We talked about this once before, man, and you were very prophetic in many of the things you said that, it could have happened last year. But we got a new season. The past is the past. And just like in the game of chess, when you lose, you learn, man.
Yep.
You learn, and then hey, the board has been reset, and here we go again.
Yep. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, man.
I'm talking about I miss Matt Ryan. You talking about Matty Ice? Yeah, I miss Matty Ice, bro.
Yeah.
So Cash, it's a lot of things happening. I think the Garrison. Let me ask you this. Can you hear me? You still good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Go ahead.
Okay. How do you feel, or did you have a sense that the Knicks were going to go after a Garrison Matthews type player to step into that last veteran spot? Did you have a sense that it would be another 6'4" shooter, or did you think the Knicks were like looking for some length?
Well, Garrison is actually 6'6". He's actually a little taller. Shooting wise, he's just as good, if not better, than Shamit. He's a little taller. I don't know about his defense, but we know that Shamit is the odds-on favorite, to get that spot. So, but it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. Training camp basically is going to be for those in-roster spots.
Okay.
And I would say that who's going to and who is going to make it in the back end of the rotation, and how he's going to make those combinations on the court on the back end of the rotation because we know the front end is already set. We know who's going to be up pretty much in the front end. Well, with the exception of the one starter that might come into question, but for the most part, the front end of the line of the of the team is set. It's pretty much it's going to be the middle to the back end and how that's going to play out. It depends on how Mike Brown going to roll. So
Right.
So we'll see, man. Be nice if I can if somehow if I can get a hold of some tickets and at least make it to a game, man. But man, them tickets ain't no joke.
It ain't no joke, bro. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, man. I when I was viewing your stuff on X, I just wanted to tell you, I'm gonna just say it like, oh man, man, I appreciate your basketball knowledge, bro.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I've gotten a little interest from different comments from people I wouldn't expect, man. People that got like a little insight, or insider,
Yeah.
well, the only real insider is really Ian Begley, but yeah, so it's just from observation, hearing different things, going, filtering out the BS because there was a lot of BS out there, man. Especially with that Ben Simmons, man. Oh, that was a joke, man.
Yeah.
He's done, man. He needs to. He probably should just go back to Australia or something and get his mind right, man. That's messed up, man.
Right.
Man, it was like it was funny, man. It was like I was like, man, is he trying to play us or what, man? What's going on?
Nah, he just not what it is you know how when players get bought out, the perception is that their career is over and they can't play no more. Right? You know how like when you remember Kemba, John Wall,
Yeah,
Russell
yeah.
Westbrook, like when guys
Right.
get bought out of their contract, people are like, nah, they washed up. When a team buys you out, the perception is that you just don't have it no more.
Right.
Right. And so Ben Simmons, being a guy that was bought out of his contract, didn't want to take a vet minimum contract, even if that meant proving himself. Right. And so if you're Ben Simmons and your agent is saying all I can get you is the veteran minimum, what the fuck what I need an agent for? I can go
Yeah.
get the vet minimum on my own.
True that.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand that part. Now, the part that doesn't give him no runway is all the perception of him before he got bought out. He's soft, he mentally weak, he always hurt, he can't shoot. All that stuff just make the whole situation look better. Like when you got a bad reputation, people don't give you grace. Like you don't deserve no grace when you got a bad reputation. When you got a bad reputation, you got to earn a good reputation. Right. Like if you Ben Simmons, you ain't got the right to say you deserve more than a vet minimum with all the baggage you come with. Right? All the baggage think about all the baggage Ben Simmons come with, man. Dating the Kardashian girl, back injury, choking in the playoffs, won't shoot, mentally soft, all the perception of them. Right. And so when you got all that stuff, now mind you, I was for Ben Simmons. I would still sign Ben Simmons right now, right? But what I'm saying is, if you're in Ben Simmons' shoes, you can't be out here like, yo, you gonna give me at least $12 million? Hell no.
Nope.
Man, you better take this vet minimum and I'll holler at you in March. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Well, see, this is the thing, man. When you trying to reestablish yourself,
right,
and market yourself, man, sometimes you gotta his market value basically right now really is the league minimum. But when you're trying to market yourself for your future, man, sometimes you got to take that minimum because this is how he should have well, probably maybe his agent, but how he should have envisioned this. Let's say, okay, he signed with us, and he has some type of impact. And let's say we win the chip.
Right.
guess what happens? Your market value goes up.
Right.
And all of those things that you may mention about not being mentally tough and not this and not that, not that they completely go away, but it makes your next contract, it makes teams go,
Right.
maybe he got something left in the tank, maybe, so when he goes for his next contract, whether it would be with us or another team, he's got a little cachet when he goes down to sit at the negotiating table for a contract. But
Right.
now, he looks like an ASS now
Right.
because of this situation.
Right. Yep. That's exactly what he looked like, bro.
Yeah. Yep. Now, if we win the chip, he's really going to look like he's really going to look like a donkey
Right.
because he could have had an opportunity and he passed it up. He blew it. So, hey, his loss.
Yeah.
His loss. So, hey, we got to keep it moving, man. Keep our eyes on the prize.
Hey, how you feel about Madison Square Garden being a pressure cooker? Do you think the Madison Square Garden can be a place where our stars can thrive even through adversity or not?
True ballers, yes. There's been so many great players that have come through, even in the history of basketball, and they've always honored and paid homage to the Mecca, man.
Right.
From Jordan, Kobe, LeBron James. That's just to name a few. Steph Curry. All the players, man. Durant. Everybody loves playing in the Mecca. So, is it a lot of pressure? Yes, but man, when you win, woo, that's a game changer, man.
Hey, Kat, that's where I'm your little brother a little bit, right? Because I was alive for both of them championships, right? But I was so little.
Oh yeah,
I
me
don't,
too.
re-
I
I
was alive.
don't
Yeah,
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 I don't remember none of that,
yeah, yeah,
right? For one of them, I was a toddler. The other one, I was just about to go to school. I remember that,
yeah.
bro. That those ain't my champions. Those
No,
my
yeah,
uncle's them championships, bro.
yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. That's true. I was I was a kid for both of them. So
You,
yeah,
you feel me?
yeah,
Like that's why when people say that, like, bro, if you can win here, it's fantastic. Hey man, I don't know, cause I ain't never seen it.
yep,
You know what I'm saying?
yep,
Legitimately, I don't know what it's like to win in Madison Square Garden.
yep.
I mean, I watched the Rangers do it,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
Yeah,
in terms of the Knicks,
yeah.
and
And keep
so taking somebody's word for it, and then having faith in it is like two things that should go together, but they don't because we ain't seen it.
no, no, no. And man, when it does happen, man, whoo, that's a game changer, man. That's a game changer. I mean, for
Right,
everything, man. It's a win-win for everybody. I mean, for the team, for the franchise, for the city, for economics, and that's another thing too, man. Revenue, all that, man,
right,
all that. It's a lot behind that.
right, right. Bro, you feel me? So the thing is I get it, like what people are saying. I get it. And I try to be respectful about it. But at the same time, at my age, you can only take so much of the talking. After a while, you got to see something, right?
Hey,
And I'm
man.
not saying I'm not saying being disrespectful to the cats older than me, or I'm not being disrespectful to the Knicks. But what I am saying is that after a while, you know, you just want your own championship, man. I get tired of hearing my uncles talk about the summer of '69.
Yeah.
Right, the summer of '69 when I was one.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear
You
you.
know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear
yo,
you. I hear you. Hey, man.
legit, when the Knicks was winning championships, I was wearing cloth diapers with baby pins. You remember, yo,
Man.
Cash, you remember when they used to call them baby pins before
Yeah, I know.
somebody started calling them safety pins? They wasn't safety pins.
I tried them with my kids when they was young for a hot second. Because what came out afterwards and having to clean that, I was like, man, give me some Pampers, man. Give me some Pampers, man.
Yeah, get them diapers, bro.
That's
you know
it. Get them disposables, man, because cleaning that up ain't no fun, man. That ain't no joke.
And bruh, and talking about washing machine, bruh, hey, what? We ain't had no washing machine in our house, bro. We had to go to this place called a laundromat.
Yeah, there you go.
You remember laundromats, bro?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My mother was telling me about having to wash. Yo, no lie. I was talking to my people like, yo, I'm just trying to get my stomach flat. I'm trying to get this washboard. So this winter, instead of eating like a bear, what I'm gonna try to do is just try to eat like a normal person. You know how when I get here, you tend to eat a little bit more, like the meal a little bit more girthy. Like instead of eating avocado toast in the morning, you might eat grits in the morning because it's cold outside. You know?
Yeah, oatmeal, yeah.
You know,
stuff like that. Yeah. Hearty foods, they say, robust.
You know what I'm saying. And then, you know what I'm saying, and then you can't really see your body change because most of the times you got on hoodies or thick clothes, coats.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love my hoodies, man. Matter of fact, it's almost time to pull all them out, man.
Yeah, right.
I got them stacked up, ready to go.
Right. Yeah, and then you know, like when spring get here, like April get here, and then you know what I'm saying, you pull out your favorite Knicks t-shirt and put it on, and you're like, why this t-shirt jack up in the front? Because you got a belly. You got a
that's the hardest thing, man. Let me tell you something, man. I've lost at my heaviest, I mean, I'll just put it out there, man. I was like 330, and now I've been consistently under 3 for a minute, man. At least like 285.
Congrats.
You know. Yeah, I had to like you said, I had to dial it back. I mean, but I still got a little gut though, man. The gut went down, but you know, that's like the hardest thing to get rid of is the gut, man. I mean, everything else, you know, like trimmed down and say, oh, you're losing weight or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but you know, you look at your stomach and it's like, I mean, it went down, but man, it's hard getting rid of the gut, man.
Yeah, bro, I have a gut. My gut is bad boy for life, bro.
Yeah.
It ain't going nowhere. It's bad boy.
I mean, it went down, but it's still there, man.
Right. But I said that to say this though, like my mom said when I said I want to get my gut down, I want to have a washboard stomach. And she's like, I remember washboards. I used to wash your dirty diapers on a washboard. And I was like, a washboard? We sure did. Cause you know,
my people's had it.
Yeah, you remember the old steel washboard, man? You mean
Yeah. Grandmother had it. Yeah. Yep. And then that thing, that little ringer thing, you it looks like a tub or something, and it has 2 rollers, and you put your clothes through it to like wring the water out.
Squeeze it
out. Yep. Yeah. And my mother until she died, hung her clothes out on a clothesline.
Yep.
Had the big thing of clothespins and that little roller, and you roll your clothes out. Well, if you lived in the city, you know. Yep.
She sounded like a saint, man. Bless her heart, bro.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
If you lived in the city, you know, on that little roller thing and the cord.
You talking out the window?
Yeah. Yep. Roll that out. Hang your clothes up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And don't have your good stuff out there, man. You have some jokers might try and steal your clothes or whatever. And my mother hung stuff out year round, man. Even in the
Yeah.
winter.
Yeah.
Ain't no
Round.
joke. Ain't no joke. Putting on some cold underwear, man.
Hey. We said we ain't had no. Yo, and
We
this,
ain't had no dryer, man. Like you said, you go to went to the laundromat, wash your clothes. If you ain't have enough change to dry, that was the only way you could
you had to
dry.
hang it across your kitchen chairs over by the oven.
Yep,
Yes.
that too. Yep.
Yes,
Any
bro.
which way you can to dry your clothes, man.
Any which way you can, bro. You said a
Yep.
mouthful, brother.
Yep. That's
Yo,
how it was, man.
yeah, man. Hey,
These youngins don't know. They don't know nothing about that.
bro, I went to my daughter's house. They got the wash and dryer that sit up off the floor on these little stands. And when you walk by it, like the washing machine come on. Like when you walk by the washing machine and dryer, the display come on,
Yeah.
right? And it got all the options to show you the time and how much time for each thing, and ask you how long do you want to dry, and all. And I was like, this thing come with a remote control? And she's like, nah, it
Yeah,
just
really.
transforms. It's C3PO. It just.
Wow. Yeah,
No.
man. We come a long way. Yeah.
Yeah,
These young folks, man, they don't know. They don't have a clue, man.
nah, man.
They don't have a
But
clue.
but we said all that to say this, Cash. That's the last time the Knicks won a championship, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
Let me
What no cell phones, no Google, none of that.
cell phone. Shit.
Matter of fact, it was remember the rotary phone with the finger? You had to put your
Yes.
finger and you had to turn that thing, and you had to make sure you turn it all the way back for it to acknowledge the number. Because if you just do it just a little bit, you're like,
Yeah.
man, why it didn't ring? You gotta dial that thing all the way back.
All the way over.
Yep.
Sherwin says there was always a dryer in a laundromat. No, sure, we're not talking about a dryer in a laundromat. We saying that sometimes we didn't have the money to pay for
You
the
ain't had the
dryer.
coins, man. Yeah, that's what I was
Sometimes
gonna
you
say.
didn't
You
have
had
the
enough just
money.
to wash. Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes you had to take them
Because
damn clothes home.
it was like this. Okay, if you take, if I'm speaking from my mother's perspective, if you take the change she got in her pocket to dry your clothes, then you got to walk home. She had
Yeah,
to use those coins to get to have enough for a cab to get back home, so he
right,
can hang the clothes up. So
right.
you had to make some choices.
You had to make some choices, man. You
Yeah,
had to
you
make,
ain't
you had,
have it. Ain't have it like that, man.
yeah, yeah, and don't think, man, for a minute that what I'm saying, you ain't gonna get thirsty while you at the laundromat or something, or don't smoke, man. You got to go to the cigarette machine and put 55
Yeah,
in it.
yeah. My mother, my mother used to smoke, and
Yep.
then I was a chubby little boy, so I always wanted me a slice of pizza. So
Yeah.
you'd be like, oh no, he gonna ask for a slice of pizza.
Yep.
So
Hey, Cash,
pizza.
I'm gonna make these dudes laugh, bro. I'm gonna make them laugh. Chat. I remember going in Tony's when a slice of pizza was 60 cents.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember, man. I remember.
Yo, yo,
Let me tell you something. For $2, you can get 2 slices of pizza and something to drink, and still had a little change left over.
to play in the arcade, right?
That's
Little
it. Mm-hmm. Yep. There
yeah,
you
man.
go, man. There you go. You nailed it, man.
And if you a player, you kept 2 dimes in your pocket. You like, I don't care what happened. Them clothes gonna be damp. I'm gonna be hungry. I'm gonna be thirsty. Excuse me, but I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
keep these 2 dimes in my pocket, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, man. But hey, man, I want to ask you, man, how do you feel about Knicks fans worrying about the Knicks defense?
We always gonna need to worry about defense, man,
Right.
because defense helped to win championships. Um, we have a group of guys though that has 1 year under their belt, at least the front end starters group of guys, which would help, and then we have some great defenders on our team.
Great. You some great defenders. Yeah.
So hopefully that the scheme that's going to be employed will be well balanced enough, to get us through. I mean, we have a couple of players that's not the best defensively, but collectively as a group, man, we can we can maintain. We can maintain.
One of the misnomers and one of the misnomers about going around this off season is that the Knicks defense was terrible, right? And you know how to, like, when I hear something, I'm like, was it terrible, or are we saying we were terrible situationally? Because I remember times where the defense was terrible situationally, right?
Yeah.
Like the game against the Hawks where we kept leaving that one guy open in the same spot over and over all game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Zachary Risachet, remember Josh
Yeah,
Hart?
Ristichet, yeah.
Yeah, Josh
The
Hart is
French
supposed to,
guy. Yep.
yeah, Josh Hart is supposed to be covering the box, the like the little triangle, like you know how they Tibbs had him on the box, right? So he
Right.
had the box, the corner, and up on the wing, and Trae Young kept penetrating, and Josh would go over the double, which left the guy in the corner open for three, and they did it over and over and over. And you're like, Josh, why don't we just let Trae Young finish over Cat? Why don't we just let Trae Young just roast Cat, right? And then when we did that, Trae Young started throwing the lobs, right? And so I was like, oh, so even when he stayed home, even when we take away the three, they getting dunks at the rim, right? And like, oh, well, why don't Cat just sag back and then don't go out there and stay on his man? And Trae Young would just pull up in Cat face and shoot them little middies. And we was like, oh, so they got us figured out. No matter what we do, they got us figured out, right? Because in that case, do you bring Brunson over to double, and then in your mind you like, man, Jalen Brunson 5'7". You bring him over to what he doubling?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so Jalen Brunson not tall enough to bring on a double, and so in those situations, right? You like, you know what? We probably should have just not been in drop coverage, but been in a switchable defense, like how Atlanta was doing us in that same game. They didn't drop, they just switched. They didn't fight over screens. When the screen came, they called screen left to right, and the guys just took the guy on whoever was closest to him. Just stay classic to a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's one of them things. Like, I remember the Knicks defense being atrocious last year at times, not all the time. Clearly, because you see it right here. This right here, what we're looking at, right, is, where is it? Yeah. So this is as of June 22nd, 2025, right?
Mm-hmm.
The NBA team defense rankings, right? And for everybody looking, this is according to Fox Sports, right? This is according to Fox Sports, right? They have the scoring defenses ranking by team defense rankings, right? And overall, they have the Knicks at 9, at 111.7 as the average points allowed, and 111.8 as the points allowed per 100 possessions. So this is probably a true indicator of it, because this is only off by 1/10 of a point, right?
Right.
But when you look at the Magic, it's off by 1.3. This is off by 0.8. This is off the other way by the Thunder is off by negative 2.9, right? And so it's like, it's when you look at the rankings, you like, I thought the Knicks defense was worse than this, but when you look at the total number, you're like, you know what? Are we exaggerating, or are we being dramatic about how the Knicks defense looked?
I say we're being dramatic, and look, and I base it off of this. The Pacers were in the finals with the Thunder. You don't see the Pacers on there.
Well, yeah, the Pacers were 17th.
Yeah, we were better than the Pacers. That's my point.
The Pacers were 17th in defensive ranking.
Yeah, that's my point. The Pacers defense wasn't all that great, and they made it to the finals.
They made
And
it.
our defense was better than theirs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other thing I was going to mention too, I mean, I don't have any specific stats on it at the moment since you pulled that up. Look how we did against Boston.
Hey, we got crucial stops against Boston, bro.
Exactly. So, like you said, that's, I think, you have a couple of bad games. In other words, people are always going to see the bad, but they ain't never going to see the good, man. You ain't going to talk about the good. They always want to point to the negative, man.
That's one of the things. Kind of I like rocking with Cash is balance. That's one of the things I always liked about like when you and I talk is the balance. Like,
Hey, I'm a Libra, man.
how did
I'm a
I know?
Libra.
I'm Whitney Houston. How did I know?
Yeah, I'm a Libra. So hey, that's me, man.
Right.
That's who I am.
Right.
Yep, that works perfectly, man.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's one of them things, man, where the defense. I'm not saying that Knicks fans that scream defense are crying wolf, right? But I think they are. I think they're screaming wolf, bro.
Yeah.
Like when you have a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense, there's really nothing much you can complain about except situational awareness, right? Like the situations are gonna, like if you look bad situationally on defense, like for every time you look terrible, there are going to be other times where you look great, right? If you're ranked ninth in defense, if you're ranked ninth in defense, right? That means there are going to be times where you look terrible, and I agree. I pointed out one when we played Atlanta, but then there are going to be other times where your defense looks fantastic, but we never point to those moments because we're like, nah, we need more of that, more.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, hey, right here we look great.
Yeah. Yep. And then also too on that list you had up about defense, how many of those teams that had great defense didn't even do well?
Hey, I'll look at the thing right here. The Magic were number one in defensive ranking, and I think they lost in the first round, right?
Well, they lost to the Celtics.
They lost to they lost. So
Yeah, they lost to the Celtics.
in the first,
But,
they lost to the Celtics in the first round, right?
I mean, yeah, but defense is important, but you got to be able to score too. And again, just as you mentioned, man, balance, man.
Here's one I want to show you too. It's gonna make me laugh just so because when I see Big Tone, I'm gonna roast Big Tone ass about this, right? Right. So the team with the seventh best defensive rating was the Miami Heat, right? See how bad the Miami Heat looked in the playoffs?
Oh man, they
looked like JV. The Westchester blew them out, bro.
They got the brakes beat off of them, man. God.
Yeah, man.
Not only broomsticks, but they got for every game they got remember they got blown out all 4 games.
Right.
Blown out. I mean, it wasn't even close. Matter of fact, you and I could have played, man, for about 2 minutes anyway.
Yo, hey, why says this? Why says Freezie preaches balanced top 5 offense and under 15 defense. Oh, geez, the trolls are out, bro. Wise listening is fundamental, bro. The troll is out, bro. The troll is out. Hey, somebody tell the troll that on the screen it says right here the Knicks have the 9th ranked defense. Somebody tell that troll that. Yeah, I can't believe why you typed that, bro? It's me. I'm supposed to be your man. Cash is on the screen, right? Cash, is it on the screen? It's on the screen, right?
I see it.
Chat.
I see it, man.
I see it. Wazzy, that's my brother, y'all. I'm trolling Wise. I'm trolling Wise, man. That's my guy. That's my guy, right? But yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's right there on the screen, bro. Number 9, 111.7, bro. I ain't disputing that. There's the source. The source
Top
for it
third.
right there is
That's
Fox Sports.
number 9 is top third in the league, man.
Yeah, but yeah,
Top third. I mean, yeah, it ain't number 1, but it ain't nowhere near the bottom neither.
nah, it's top 10. That's about
But
what we.
what it is, man, for us, is team defense. Operative word being team.
Right.
I mean, because we have some elite wings, and then we know what we got with Brunson and Cat. So again, go back to the word balance, man. So that's what it's about, and that's why it has to be about the team in terms of defense. It's team defense. Everybody working together in unison, or as they say, working on the string. The defense being on the string. So
Right.
that's what it's going to be about for this season, man.
Right. Right. Man, I'm excited, bro.
Oh, I'm fired up, man. I can't wait, man. The only thing that I'm just hoping is just injuries, because that's something you can't control, man. You can't control injuries. I mean, the schedule's what it is. All the schedules out. Anticipate the games and all that. It's just injuries. I mean, it's gonna be some times where we may not look too crisp or whatever, but bottom line is, when it gets to April, May, and June, that's when the cream needs to rise to the top, man.
I knew three sisters named April, May, and June. Catch,
Oh no, man. Yeah. Okay.
you know what, Ray? Hey, man. Yep. April, May,
April, May, and June. Okay.
yes,
All
and
right.
they older than me too, by the way.
All right. I know I know of an April and a May, but June I don't. Let me see. June. Oh, that's right. I did go to school with some. Wow. Okay. All right. I'm gonna leave that one alone, man.
Catch. I'm saying they were sisters.
Oh, they were sisters though.
Yeah,
Oh,
these
wow. Okay,
sisters, they
that's
were
different.
steps. You know what
Yeah.
steps mean, right?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, they steps like when I met them, one was 18, the other one was 17, and then the other one was 16.
16.
They were steps. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah, man. East Blue Drew is in the building. Salute.
Salute. Salute.
One of the other things I think, Cardiac Knicks is in the building. Salute. One of the other things too, is I think we might be panicking about the style of play, right? Like I think we might be panicking about what if Mike Brown comes in and play a style that we don't like, we're not accustomed to, or is exotic to our eyes, right? It's not aesthetically pleasing to us. Like, what if that happens? What if we win games 130 to 117 and we lose the rebounding battle and we give up a bunch of dunks, but we win by 13 every night? Or if you as a Knicks fan, would you be okay with that?
That's a good question. I would have to say yes and no, but I say yes because you always take the W, but no at the same time. It's like, well, let me just say this. As Knicks fans, and we look at the history of our team, we've known to play with a certain style, tough, gritty defense. You think of
For
the
like
Knicks of the
50 years. That's
90s
our way.
and
That's
so
for like
forth.
50 years, right?
We don't, yeah. Whereas out west, it's a lot more loosey goosey, high scoring, not as much emphasis on defense. So I see where you're going with that.
Right.
For the win, to get the win, yeah, it's a good thing. But we know it's a different animal when it comes to the playoffs. So that style would have to change. But then again, when it comes to style, I would probably say for Mike Brown, I mean, I don't know, we don't know which way he's going to go until, the season starts. Is you base your style according to your talent, as opposed to imposing maybe your style on a player who may not be suited to fulfill all the roles that you need to complement your style, but you play to the talents of those players in whom you got.
Right.
Like for an example, like Josh Hart, man. We know he's a Swiss Army knife, man. He's not a 3-point. Don't put him in a position for him to do something that he's not. Josh Hart is who he is. He's a great rebounder. He's a Swiss Army knife. He does a little of this, a little of that, hustle. So
Right.
let him play that role. We know what Brunson does. Let him play the role that he's good, that he's suited for.
Okay.
We know, OG, he plays, great defender, shoot the corner three. He showed us a little something. Let him play that role. In other words, let them play the role that they're good at, man. In other words, I'm a big guy. Don't try and have me go in a confined space. It ain't gonna work.
Right.
I'm a big guy, so let me lift heavy stuff and do the things the big guys do.
Right.
Don't have me do little guy stuff.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel you. I'm with you. Because at my heaviest, I was 472 pounds, bro.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Man, you
Yep.
were like my friend. Yeah. Who he was? Yeah. 420.
But the thing about it is, I didn't know it because I was a hard worker at work. I was in the gym, and I was a partier, right? And so I was kind of like, you remember Heavy D?
Oh, love Heavy D, man.
Yeah, so I was kind of like that, like at
Black
work.
coffee. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead, man.
Now, so at my heaviest, I was that, and then
Mm-hmm.
one day I was like, God, leave my back hurting, man. You know what I'm saying? So I go to the doctor. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, why my back hurt? He's like, hey, you carry around a lot of weight. That ain't the reason why my back hurt, bro. Do some tests. Right? so,
Yeah.
so they did some tests and all that stuff, man. And he was like, hey, man, so you on that path to be diabetic, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to cut out the sugars. And I was like, man, I don't eat sugar like that. I might get one honey bun a day, whatever. I might drink a soda or something. Like how you be at work and you just need a boost of energy or whatever.
Yeah.
You just have to do that. And he was like, well, what else? He was like, hey, you drink liquor? Do I?
Liquor. Yeah, liquor will do it, man.
Yeah, and so he told me, but I didn't know that though, because it don't look like sugar.
Yeah, nah, it is, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, too much of it. Yeah.
I got down, so I lost like 140 pounds. I lost 98 pounds, and then I went back and lost I lost like 98 pounds, and I couldn't get them last 2 pounds off, no matter what I did, bro. Sit in a sauna, fast. I couldn't get them 2 pounds off to tell people I lost 100 pounds, right?
Mm.
And then like 6 months, a year go by. I was like, I'm gonna just try it again, and then I lost another 40 pounds, right? And then you get down I was down to about like 340, 330 something, and then like I started getting old and started getting injured, and then my weight went back up to like 380 something. I was like, no, I can't do that. I got it. So I've been trying to get it down, and just fluctuating weight up and down, up and down, up and down. Either you experience the yo-yo or somebody that been through the diet yo-yo, the weight yo-yo.
I know somebody that been through the yo-yo. I had a friend. Yeah. I mean, he's down now. I mean, he had to because he had some other health complications. So the doctor said he had to lose some weight.
Yeah, man.
But
That thing is tough, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, it's harder when you get old, like you said, man. Trying to work out and everything. It's not easy.
You remember that you ever saw that movie, The Great White Hype with Damon Wayans?
Oh, okay.
Or
That
Chet.
one-
Y'all ever saw that cartoon, The Incredibles, with Mr. Incredible? That's me right there. that is me right there. Like, God, he got muscles everywhere except his stomach. His stomach done went rogue. His belly don't, his belly is militant. Yeah, man. Like you ever saw like the muscle Santa, like the muscle Santa Claus cartoons, like Santa Claus with all these muscles, and then he still got the jolly belly or whatever.
That's it, man. That
Man,
belly,
I'm
man. That
right,
belly it don't go nowhere, man.
yeah,
No matter
man.
what you do.
No matter what you do. No matter what you do. But yeah, but so just back on that Knicks topic though, just real quick, man. I'm gonna just say this, man. I think the defense will be fine. Right? I think the defense will be fine. Right? The defense will be different. And you mind if I talk basketball? I know sometimes when I talk basketball in the chat, like hoops in the chat, people don't really like it. You mind if I talk about that for a few minutes?
Nah, man, roll whichever way you want to roll. Whether it's X's and O's basketball, philosophical, chess, whatever, man. I'm well rounded, man.
Because what I find over the years, because I've been doing this for about 8 years. Like I did 3 years with Sim, and then like 5 years over here. And what I find over the years, is that when you like talk like really like basketball on the floor, people's like,
X's
I
and
don't
O's.
want to. Yeah, they like I don't care about how the glizzy is made. I just like the glizzy. You know what I'm saying? But if I'll say something about the basketball part of this. The defense that the Knicks played put a lot of emphasis on the guy guarding the ball being the main stopper. Wherever the ball is, that is the most intense part of your defense, right?
Point of attack.
Right, like yeah, because think about how many times have you seen a player get to the rim and Cat don't block the shot, and then we be mad because Cat's not a rim protector, right? Like legit, we focus on. The system is focusing on where the ball is being the point of emphasis, as opposed to taking away all the other options and forcing the shooter to take an incredibly difficult shot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because let's say for instance, if we're playing the Hawks and I deny Trae Young the ball the entire possession, and Zachary Risachet is looking around trying to figure out what to do with the basketball, and then all of a sudden he got to go up in his bag and shoot a fadeaway 19-footer falling out of bounds, and it's a brick. It's legit the same thing as Trae Young getting to the rim and getting that shot blocked.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
yep.
it's about
Salute.
your defensive philosophy.
Yes.
Right. Lee in the building. Fritz, what's good, y'all?
Salute.
Hey, what's up? What's going
Salute,
on?
brothers. Salute.
What's up?
Nice to
Captain
see
Calculator. My man. DJ Cash. Money. Let me borrow $1.
Cash roll.
Hey, man. If I would have hit that Powerball, yeah.
Yeah, you would have been up in your owner's box at the Garden.
Yeah, that's it. I wouldn't be on here, man. but one thing I would have done when we win this chip is I definitely would have had the party. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
I would have been like, hey, I got the money, man.
In God's will. Inshallah. Oh my God.
Yeah. So real quick before y'all came up, man, I was talking about the defense on the floor, like the philosophy, the differences between what coaches think about defenses and whatever. It's like the difference between Fritz. It's the difference between two great defensive coordinators. If you remember, Bill Parcells as a defensive coordinator, right, and then remember Buddy Ryan as a defensive coordinator. Right now, they both want the same result. They both didn't want you to run the football, right? Period. Because they know when you run the football, right? When you run the football, you can build other stuff off of running the football. So they just taking running the football away from you, period, right? But they did it in different ways. Like Buddy Ryan did it with a 46 defense where he had everyone lined up in a gap and a safety in the box, right? And had two blitzers side by side that was not defensive linemen. That's your 46. So you might have a safety on the outside and a linebacker on the outside in the same gap. Now, one of them coming, both of them coming, both of them might fall back, right? Bill Parcells in a classic 34 defense, big nose tackle, two quick defensive ends. Maybe you got Jim Burt, Leonard Marshall, Dorsey,
George Martin.
George Martin, yep, Martin. And then you got a host of, now when you're in a 34 defense, you know your linebackers are going to get hurt. So you got to have 7 linebackers that are interchangeable. And they always did that because I remember games where the Diassi kid started, Gary Reasons, Carl Banks, Lawrence Taylor, Harry Carson, Pepper Johnson. Yep, all of these. You got to have a lot of linebackers because they get hurt, right? Same thing with the Saints Dome Patrol. If y'all remember the Dome Patrol with Pat Swilling and Ricky Jackson and Sam Mills. Yeah, and with them hard-hitting safeties they had back there, they wanted to knock your head off, right? The thing with Tom Thibodeau was what I'm saying is he didn't want to switch, right? He wanted the defender to stay with that assignment because it's easier for you to create defenses if everybody maintained the same defensive assignment throughout the possession, right? Like legit, if Corey Lee played corner, right? I'm like, hey, Lee, you know Moss can run, right? We want you to give him that 8-yard buffer. Make sure you stay inside. You want inside contain. You don't want him running across the safeties. That way, if he beats you, the quarterback got to throw a perfect pass between you and the sidelines, right? That means the quarterback got to be perfect on that, right? Don't let Moss beat you to the inside because if you do, you open up the entire football field for Randy Moss to run. You don't want to give up that.
You're putting the pressure on the safety.
Yeah, right. So I tell Lee that, right? So Lee is like, okay, my assignment, even if I jam him, I'm jamming him to the outside. I'm rerouting him.
I'm riding my way outside the field, off the field.
Right. And if I'm lucky, I can push him and make him step out of bounds. That way, if he's the first person to touch it, it's a penalty on them, right? So Lee, knowing that assignment, is going to do that, right? But then when they put Moss and Carter together, and Chris Carter keep cutting across Corey Lee's face, doing that speed out, and Lee just keep giving up them short, them 13-yard outs over and over and over again, where Chris Carter keeping his toes in bound and catching the ball over here. Lee gonna be like, God, Lee, they killing me over here on my side, and the fans gonna be booing because they be like, they killing Corey Lee's side over here, but actually, Lee saving the game because you can give up first downs all game, but if he was giving up them touchdowns to Moss, they'd be down by 40, right? And so basically what I'm saying is Tom Thibodeau would rather one guy stay with one guy so that he could call out a defense so everybody on his whole defensive unit would know what these people are doing. So your offense can't trick your defense. Now, when you switch, right, now automatically you have to learn all the assignments on the floor. You got to pay attention in the team meeting, right? Now, when you switch, everybody on the roster has to be thinking, this is what I have to do when I guard Trae Young. This is what I have to do when I guard their shooting guard. This is what I have to do when I guard their small forward. This is what I have to do when I guard their power forward. This is what I have to do when I guard their center. This is what I have to do when they lined up 1-4 flat. This is what I have to do when their guy is in the pinch post. This is what I have to do with. It's a lot to remember, right? Cash, you follow? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like when you switch, you have to remember all the assignments for every player that be on the floor. You got to know everybody's strengths and weaknesses. Can he dribble with his right hand? Can he dribble with his left hand? Do we like to spin into a fadeaway on the baseline? Do we like to take you drive baseline? But when you don't have to switch, right? You just stay with that one man. You got one assignment. It's easier for you to remember. And at the same time, everybody else on the floor knows what you're doing too. So do I blame Tom Thibodeau for running a basic defensive set and drop coverage? No. do I blame him for being here 5 years and not incorporating switching into it just to mix up the defensive look every now and again, so that a coach can draw up plays against your defense in the summertime, and then 8 months go by and he run that play, and you ain't changed your defense none. Right now, that I blame Tibbs for. Right, that I blame Tom Thibodeau for, because if you switch, if me and Lee are guarding Jordan and Pippen, right, I'm guarding Mike. I'm like, hey, no, Lee, you got Scotty. You're like, why you gonna let me guard Mike? I got Mike. You guard Scotty, right? And they run the screen. Rodman come out on the screen. I gotta fight over the screen to get back to Mike. And Lee gonna tell me, man, if we'd have switched, Mike wouldn't have dunked on Cash at the rim. All we had to do was switch. And I'm like, And so when we talk about,
sometimes people gotta eat certain things.
yeah, right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. So it's like when we talk about defense, we always talk about personnel. Well, such and such is a good defender. Such and such. Hey, it comes down to scheme and discipline on defense. That's why Tibbs is like, no, you got to do it right. Right. That's why he always preached it. He was always preaching that, like, you got to do these certain things, right? You got to be disciplined. You can't be out there ball watching. Well, the thing is, for every athlete that has ever played a sport, or for everybody that has ever liked to watch sports, the first thing, Lee, what's the first thing they teach you when you start playing sports? And you mute it.
I'm sorry. If anything, the fundamentals, how to get down the stance, or whatever it is that you're doing, for as basketball, or football, how to get to a 3-point stance, how to block, how to get off a block, how to initiate a block.
Right.
One
of the first things you learn is, like they say, don't be ball watching, right? One of the first things you learn is keep your eye on the ball.
My bad. Yep.
Cash,
watch the ball.
If in football, is that not what you keep your eye on the ball?
Yep.
Watch the ball. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why when you hear people like, yo, he got beat backdoor because he was ball watching. No, he didn't get beat backdoor because he was ball watching. These people are not stupid, bro. Like, NBA players are not stupid. They get put in jeopardy. They get window dressing up front, and they get what do you call it?
Picked. Yeah, some get picked.
Illusion.
They at the back door, like they get put in jeopardy where they have to make a decision. Do I cut off the back door and then let this dude shoot an uncontested 12-footer in my face, or do I try to cut this off and they throw the alley-oop over my head for a dunk? Like,
it's the percentages. It's about the percentages, big dog. Like, right. do I allow him? Because this is when the Scott report goes. This dude shooting 27% from 12 feet out, or you know what I'm saying, or this dude has been, really, really collapsed, like taking advantage of the pick and roll, and he's going hard to the rim. So you got to pay. You know what I'm saying? You got to play your percentages. You got to understand what you're looking at and how and negotiating in your mind what in a situation what's more important.
Right. Like Lee and Cash, Lee is right. Like for instance, if Kevin Knox is in the corner, right, and RJ Barrett is threatening the rim, am I gonna stay right there because I think Kevin Knox is gonna crash from the corner and dunk on the crowd? Or do I cut off RJ Barrett and force RJ to throw up a shot that'll probably get blocked? Right? Kevin Knox is not a slasher. You don't respect his jump shot, but you don't respect his drive.
Yep. I mean, that's just like to use your same example last year with us, with Josh Hart starting. If he's sitting out there alone at the 3-point line, he ain't no threat. Nobody ain't running out there. Who you see run out there to defend him on the if he's wide open for a 3? Nobody.
Right.
There you go. He's not a threat. So why bother?
Why bother? That's what I'm saying. Now, if he's deadly from 3, and the threat of the drive is there, I'm not respecting the drive. Because even if he do take off and drive, I can cut him off because he's not a good driver.
No, he's not
That's
a good driver.
why he's
Yep.
up in the corner, because he's a shooter.
Yep.
And this is the thing that I'm saying
Yep.
about when we complain about defense, it's not as simple as such and such guarding such and such, right? Because in the pick and roll era, in the pick and roll era that we exist in, every player is going to get picked. Every player is going to get screened during the course of the night, right? Some players are going to get picked on, no pun intended. Like some players are going to be like, that's my Huckleberry right there. Bring him up so that I can switch on to him and cook him off the dribble. Right?
Yeah.
They try to
Brunson.
do that.
Yeah, it's gonna be Brunson.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
Brunson.
Like so the thing is with defense, when we say we need to have such and such defensively and all these type of things, what we indeed need to remember is about how your defense is taught, right? And your principles in it, right? Like sometimes it is going to be personnel, right? But you have to understand that you have to rob Peter to pay Paul something. God, Lee, you lost all that weight, man. Cash, look at Lee. My man. Look at Lee. Where your belly went, dog.
Congratulations, man. That's
Look
good.
at Lee.
That's good.
Hey, Lee, the Giants
That's
need a running
good.
back, bro. You ready? Hey, can you give me 8 carries? Yo, you muted, man.
Hell, my knees can't give you fucking 2. You know what I mean?
That man said, give me goal line duty. Hey, I'm only doing 4th and 1.
Yeah.
And shoot, and I'm gonna hit that hole so fucking hard, and this is a wrap.
I see you, big dog. I see you.
Oh god. Hold a second.
Yeah.
I gotta get my lady to speak. Hold a second.
All right.
Oh god.
Yeah, man.
Man,
Yeah, Fritz. So when I was getting about the
you got
defense,
the charger right here on the steps.
depending on how it's taught, like, you know, I know we respected Tom Thibodeau's love of defense and teaching it, right? I think the thing that we have to keep in mind is there is more than one way to teach an effective defense. And when you look at the teams with the top defensive ratings, when you look at the teams with the top defensive ratings, well, we can look at the different ways that they taught defense, right? Like for instance, Cleveland is small on the perimeter, but you know what how they make up for being small on the perimeter is by over pursuing on the pass and forcing you off the 3-point line so that you can put the ball on the floor and try to get shots up in the lane. And why that's important to Cleveland is because they have 2 super athletic freaks that can contest in the lane. That's their defense. Like they want you to beat Donovan Mitchell off the 3-point line. They want you to pick up that ball and drive in the lane so that you can try to get a shot up over Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley, right? That's their defense. Now, Oklahoma City, they're going to contest every dribble, pass, and shoot. They're putting themselves in harm's way of every dribble, pass, and shoot because for 2 reasons. Though these guys make the NBA, there aren't a lot of elite ball handlers in the NBA, right? Now you can turn someone into an elite defender, right? If you say, hey, you're defense only, you're not going to shoot, your whole job is to play defense. You can turn someone into an elite defender, Lou Dort, right? But there's not a lot of dudes with Kyrie Irving type handles in the NBA, right? So you can test every dribble, pass, and shoot, everything. You can test every inch of the basketball court, and more than likely, somebody's going to force up a bad shot or they're going to turn the ball over. And we saw it firsthand. Because they did it to us. So when it comes to what Mike Brown, in my mind, what I think Mike Brown is going to do, understanding that Jalen Brunson's undersized, Deuce is undersized. Josh Hart is undersized. Maybe OG Anunoby is a little undersized. Maybe Mikal Bridges is undersized weight-wise, right? Maybe these guys are undersized for one reason or another. So instead of putting them in harm's way, right, with like crashing them into screens and all that stuff, in my mind, I think what we're gonna do is contest every dribble, every pass, dribble, pass, and shot. Like somebody in their face, this smothering whoever it is, even the dudes without the ball, even the cutters are gonna have to work in order to move on the floor. Now, if you do that, Lee, if you do that, you know you're gonna be burning up a lot of gas out the tank. It's like driving 100. It's like driving 100 on the freeway. You know, if you drive 100, the next thing you pass won't be the gas station. You know?
Not for the next 40, 45 miles.
Yeah. You feel
But
me?
that's what. But that's the importance of having a large rotation, in which it's already been spoken of going 9-10 deep. So if you have a larger rotation of players, that enables you to do the very thing you spoke of.
Right. 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 Yo, and one of the other things, just real quick, I wanted to point out too is Lee and Knicks universe. I've been hearing people say that the Knicks don't have the personnel to get out and transition and run.
That's a lie.
I think we're the opposite. It's the way that you teach it. I think it's the way that you teach it. Like
Employ it even better.
yeah. Like when the shot goes up, like say if you're Jalen Brunson, when the shot goes up, if you can't get that rebound, you should already be running the other way. Right?
Facts.
Right. And so
Facts.
that way, say if Josh Hart gets the rebound, he doesn't have to dribble it 40 feet. He can outlet pass it 40 feet.
Pick his head up.
You know what I'm saying? So because we all know that the ball moves faster than the man, right?
Boom.
So if you're playing, this is how Mitch and Cat, how their assists are gonna go up based on them playing together, right? The shot goes up. You got Cat and Mitch, right? One of them is grabbing the rebound, right? So as soon as one big sees the other get the rebound, the other one has to be sprinting down the middle of the floor, not on the wing, not jogging, but they got that person. Say Mitch grabs the rebound, right? Cat had to be sprinting full speed from rim to rim, right? And what that does is, while the ball is being passed around ahead of them, right? What that does is it leads to Cat getting fast break threes from top of the key for one. Two, right? It takes away the defender out of the middle. It keeps the defense in the middle of the floor. So when we pass the ball up to the corners for three, there's no defender there because the defender has a pick a poison. Do I give up a dunk or a three? Right? And we are all taught, right? We are all taught to protect the rim. No matter what position you play, you don't give up layups at the rim. I don't care who is at it. It could be Larry Bird and Pete Maravich on the three-point line, right? If it's me and you, I can't let you take these two easy points. I gotta make you make the extra pass in case something bad happened. Like you might throw the ball away, right? You might make a bad try. We've seen it, bro. We seen it. So the thing is with Mike Brown and I'm sorry, Cash, for talking a lot. It's just I just wanted to say this and get this off my chest.
Go ahead, bro. You good?
Right.
Education is
No,
powerful.
you good, man. Go ahead.
So the thing is we don't need 12 guys like Sonic the Hedgehog, right? But what we do need is 12 guys thinking the same thing, right? When such and such secures the rebound, right? Everybody's got to be sprinting. If you're a wing player, guess where you got to be sprinting up the floor at? On the wings. If you're a big, you got to run from rim to rim as fast as you can. Sometimes sometimes you're not gonna make the rim. Sometimes you're gonna get that trail three.
We had one player who was good at that, and if you watch the film, you would see he did the exact thing you're referring to. Obi Toppin.
Right. Right. Yeah.
If he wasn't involved in the play, he'd take off. If you watch the film, you'll see it, and that's how he was always able to get them dunks.
Right.
Because if he get it, he going straight to he's going to try and dunk it on you. He ain't
Right.
shooting no three.
Right. Right. Yeah. This is what I'm saying to like the thing like where people will say, you know, we don't have the roster to do such and such. It was like, hey man, these are world class athletes, bro, and these people are smart, right? These people are smart. You don't get to the league by not being confident, by not being an elite athlete, and by not being smart. That's actually how you get to the league and stay there. Because a lot of it, Lee, how many times in your life you seen an athlete, you like, bro, this dude should be in the league. And then you like, this dude can't even read Cat in the Hat. Right? You know,
He's done with the box of rocks.
yeah, that's why he ain't in the league.
Yeah,
You
no
know?
IQ, man. It's about
Yeah.
IQ.
No. Like I used to say, if ignorance is bricks, they have their own projects.
Right. Right.
And that's what made players like, Larry Bird and other players that wasn't super athletic or whatever. That's what made them great was their IQ.
Yep.
And of course, Larry Bird can shoot, so that helped too.
That helped too. And
But
one of the other things
also too,
he
you can
was
see,
big.
but you can see and make plays before they happen because one thing about basketball players today, I'm not saying they don't do this, but they need to study. Film is key. Film is key. It shows you repetition. Sometimes it just brainwashes you because people have tendencies, and sometimes their tendencies stand out so bad that you have no choice but to sit there and be like, ish, this he's about to do this right here in my face. You know what I'm saying? That's how safeties jump passing lanes, corners jump routes. You know what I'm saying? Pass rushers know how to catch a tackle when they're leaning a certain type of way. You know, you have to study. You have to pay attention. What creatures of
Right.
habit. So you got to pay attention because some people have bad habits, some people don't.
Right. 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 Fritz, you not jumping in? Fritz, you not jumping in here? Oh, or did Fritz just come up here to talk about Garrison Matthews?
Nah, first,
I'm just listening. Just listening.
Okay.
no, first
You do
he's his
your thing.
calculator right now. He's adding up stuff. My guy, I'm playing with you,
Hey,
Fritz.
Fritz,
I miss you, Fritz.
he a live wire, bro. Like every time Fritz open the mic, I be thinking he gonna say something like crazy, like, "Yo, the Garrison Matthews signing is the best signing in the offseason because it gives us such and such and such." I'm like, "Oh God, bro."
Nah,
Fritz
I ain't gonna
is
do
a
that.
maverick, bro.
I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that.
Oh, not on Garrison Matthews.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So it's not a trade of Mitch Day. Trade Mitch Day, get his value, get what value came from.
Hey, you know what I mean? That's up to Leon. Leon, the man with the plan.
Yeah.
Or Josh Hart. Oh
Yes.
God,
Yeah.
I love y'all. Oh man.
Yeah, man. Hey, so I got a few minutes left. I want to shout out the NFC East for having the Commanders lose to the Packers. You can't nobody tell me they didn't see that coming. Jay Daniels is he trash, bro.
What? So
Yeah.
he's not a flash in the pan. I think
He's CJ Stroud, bro.
nah, you trying to say like what's my man name who does college football? What's old boy name? Who tore his knee up going back in the game? He should have sat his
RG.
down. Yeah.
No, I don't think he that. I think he a passer. But if you take that short pass game away from the Commanders, bro, and they can't run the football, nah, he ain't.
They got rid of old boy from the Raiders, the cop. I mean, What's that man name? 30 what? The big back they had.
They traded him to the 49ers.
You lying.
Nah. They didn't even trade him for Debo. They traded for Debo first early in the year, and then they just traded him like right before the season started.
So Debo fashion can't get down the field.
Nah, because he Percy Harvin, he Mike Pritchard. You remember Mike
Oh,
Pritchard?
yes.
He a Dave Meggett type back slash
Oh,
type.
slash. He's a slot, just straight slot.
Yeah,
Cut routes off. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Oh, well. Oh, that's all right though. Yo, listen, we need to sit Sierra's husband down and give famous James the ball
Yeah.
and let him throw 26 touchdowns and 14 interceptions and get that wild card.
Bro, the one thing I like about Jameis, bro, is Jameis will get you believing in him, bro. Like
That's
Jameis,
my point.
Jameis get you like Jameis Winston in a game. Jameis Winston probably gonna throw for 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Right? Interceptions, he gonna be like, "Hey man, my bad. I'll just try." He'll say something like, "Coach, I was just trying to force Corey Lee the ball right there against that corner. That corner can't guard Lee." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You like stop doing the ball. If you lead, you like throw me the ball.
That's Jalen Hyatt down the field. Like I got him beat.
Yeah.
Malik, man, come on, man. Listen, man.
You can have y'all offense humming like a. So whoever
Yeah,
that
don't waste that talent, man.
Yeah,
let that boy cook, man. Let Neighbors cook, man. Get him the ball.
Get that man the ball, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know what. Because he's no longer Russell Wilson. He's Sierra's husband until I see him do something significant. He ain't struck a match in 6 seasons. Struck a match. I'm talking about like literally. I go get a box of matches right now. Strike one. He ain't struck a match. Yo, that man think about football. What's called? I am Jarrell from Dope Soul City today. He see ghosts. And I said, yep, he is punch drunk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He looked like Ali trying to in the last phases.
His downfall was that interception at the end of the Super Bowl, man. Ever since then, he's been down. He went down.
Yep.
Because he should have never checked.
When they should have handed it to Marshawn and got the go-ahead touchdown and went back-to-back Super Bowls, he went down ever since then.
Hey, you know,
bro, he checked out of that. It was a checkout.
Yep, Lee Wright.
He checked out of that.
Ever since that moment, that was the beginning of his downfall right there.
Yo,
and bro,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
My bad.
No, I just want to say, I want to add 1 point to that Super Bowl. One of the kids I coached in high school played in that Super Bowl, and he's the only person to ever get kicked out of the Super Bowl. His name's Bruce Irvin.
I remember Bruce Irvin.
He got kicked out of
it. He was a sack specialist.
Exactly, at West Virginia.
Yeah.
Number 11, I think it was 11 or 17. One of the 2 he wore.
Yeah,
but that's my boy.
He was there with Pat White and Noah Devine. Remember West Virginia?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I think he left right before Geno Smith got there. Yeah, remember Geno Smith at West Virginia?
Yep.
Yeah. Man.
No, I thought he was right there, right after Geno.
He was there after Geno?
I think he was right after Geno.
Oh, okay.
Geno was with the Jets. You know what I'm saying? And he only played 2 years for him because he came from played JUCO out in California.
Okay.
We got him up out of there. He was older. I think when he got to college, he was 20. And when he got to the draft, he was like 25. Because, because of the transfer stuff or like that. But he did set the record for a defensive lineman running the 40s. Okay. He ran a 4.5 flat.
We got to do like that right now. Number 94 for the Bears is just like Bruce Irvin, bro. Just like him, except he taller and longer than Bruce Irvin, and Bruce Irvin might be a little bit tougher, like more grittier than the cat we got. But
How tall is he? Because Bruce is like 6'5".
the cat I'm talking about is like 6'5".
Yeah, Bruce like.
But he plastic man, bro. He plastic man, like plastic man arms.
Oh,
you remember that cartoon?
yeah. He's not as wide as Bruce. Like 'cause Bruce got some wide shoulders. When I tell y'all, when I saw Bruce in high school, I said, "Oh Jesus Christ!" I said, "Yeah, you going to the league, bro."
Yeah.
Look, you see, hold on a second. I'm 5'11". I'm like, "Yeah, you going to the league? You going to the league, man?" When I tell you, man, the most dominant high school football player I've ever seen in my life on both sides of the ball. Play tight end and DN.
Yeah, hey,
And when
Austin Booker is 6'6". Austin,
okay,
he's 6'6", 250.
and I bet you got a 7 wingspan.
Yeah, he like you remember Alton Smith?
Yeah.
That's what he played like.
Okay. Wow.
Yo, Nick Jack said Hollywood Henderson. Yo, what you know about Hollywood Henderson?
Hollywood Henderson. Oh my
I
goodness.
ain't heard that name in forever, dog.
Wow. Yeah.
Nick Yak. That's why.
56.
That's why.
Hollywood Henderson.
That's why LT wears 56.
Because of Hollywood, bro. Who didn't like Hollywood Henderson, bro? When you was a kid, either you wanted to be Mean Joe Green, Hollywood Henderson, or Tony Dorsett, right? That's just what DBs back then didn't get no love. You like, nah, I ain't nobody want to be no DB, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Golly, bro. Hey, Lee, real quick, what the Giants gonna do this week, bro?
I want to beat the Cowboys, man. I'm a Giants fan. If we beat the Cowboys, we'll talk sugar honey iced tea all week.
Man, listen,
bro.
The
Cowboys, man, at any cost,
bro. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna take my lady out. We're gonna sit down and watch that game. We're gonna go to a spot called Chicago Pizzas. And OMG, if we don't bust a grape in that game, I might violate my personal situation just so I go up there and knock on the mayor's door. I'm like, what the hell is going on,
bro?
Because I rather because Jameis Winston is a better mentor as far as playing the game. Now for Jackson Dart, now the professional approach may be a good thing for Russell Wilson, but Jameis Winston, as far as an athlete, you know what I'm saying, put your knuckles to the wall. Yeah, I rock with James because I've always liked him when he was at Florida State.
Yeah,
I've always liked him, and he got a raw deal. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, but still, I think that young man is special. I think he's a leader. You know, he can rally the troops.
Right.
You know, in spite of everything, Russell's just sitting there
he's gonna be a coach, man.
Russell Wilson is like, yeah, I look good. I'll be on GQ.
No, not Russell. Jameis. Jameis is gonna be a coach.
Yeah,
I know this.
Yeah, Jameis is gonna be a
Russell.
coach, man.
No. Russell's gonna be on the cover of GQ magazine.
He might
when it's the
United States.
The last. He might. Yeah, he gonna be a senator.
Him and Malcolm Brogdon, they're gonna be in politics for sure, bro.
Because they're BS artists.
Right. Yeah.
Sell water to a well. He ain't gonna drop the drink.
Hey, Cash, I want to thank you for coming through, bro. Where you be at? We be waiting for you to pop up, bro.
Man, for me, it's hit or miss. It depends, man. Cause I work a regular job, so and I
Yeah.
have it demands a lot of my time. So for me, it's hit or
Uh,
miss.
Yeah.
Dios Reyes.
Yep.
No, I feel you. And
Yeah, I'm trying to grind to this retirement thing, man. So I'm on
Yo,
my
but
grind.
you ain't too far. You ain't too far
No,
away,
I ain't
man.
got too far to go, man. Yeah, I ain't that far away,
I
but
8 years,
I still got the grind, man.
9 years. I think we could take it in 5 years though.
9 years. No, I ain't got that
Yeah.
long. No, I'm less than
Like,
9,
yo,
man.
67, bro.
No, I know that. But but I still got to stay on it because I'm trying to stack a few coins, man.
Hey,
Trying to
Vet,
stack the last of these coins.
get checked out by the. Hey, Vet, y'all need to get checked out by the VA too. You never know what benefits is out there for you. So if you,
Bro, I just got an earful just a half hour ago, bro. And they've been begging me upside my head. So yo, you gotta make time to
yeah,
get your benefits.
yeah, man,
Cause they
you
was like,
never know because it could help you. It could help you when you're 60s and 70s. You never know.
Shorty was telling me like, yo, that $4 grand a month helps out. I was like, $4 grand a month? What? Who giving away $4,000 a month? VA. I said, OMG.
You should have been taught. Hey, Brian, you need to be. Yeah,
Locked in.
one of these days, I'll talk to you about it soon. I just don't want to talk about it right here though. But I want to say
Yeah.
this. Thank you everybody for coming through watching the Knicks at Night podcast. I'm your number one chief rockin' Knicks University main man, Uncle Freezie, breaking it down to the very last compound. You already know what it is. Want to thank Cash and Yuri and Fritz Alcindor who came through and ain't said nothing, and Corey Lee in the looking like Slim Thug. You know what I'm saying? Lee done lost
Slip
like he done.
slip
Lee look like he done
Yo,
them push-ups.
bro, you
Hey,
laughing,
that's
bro. I
good,
was
man.
270. I was
Let me
275
tell you
pounds.
something. That's
I was
good, man. That's good.
275 pounds, bro. I'm down to like 240, 230. You know what I'm saying?
Don't call
You
it.
don't know how
No, that's
I feel
good,
bad.
man. Keep up the work.
And
Keep up the
one thing,
good work, man.
yeah, it's staying off that fatty ass food. And eating at home. Real talk though, everybody out here, replay games. I love y'all. Thank y'all.
Replay
Shout
game.
out to the chat. Yo, we got a goal, good people. 50,000.
I'm
Can
trying
we
to
get
get
there before the end of the year? I know Steve. Y'all come in, share, like, subscribe, show us love. We're the most unorthodox, lovable,
right,
intriguing,
right,
foolish bunch of grown men who are serious about the Knicks.
right, right, right. No doubt.
Thank y'all, though. Thank y'all for y'all chiming in. And I love all y'all, even my frenemies.
Yeah.
Peace out. Salute.
All right. Peace, y'all.
Uh,
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write with